What's up? What's up? It's Marcus Calder with Static Business with my co-host Mike Mendez, and we have back Derek CarMichael. What is up, man?
What's good? Thanks for having me back, guys.
Yep, no problem, man. And again, like we had Derek back last time, and we got super passionate about just a lot of topics that we just breezed over and stuff like that because we can just talk all day. But one thing we are going to harp on is this recession process. And Derek, again, has a lot of experience. He has the mentors of the experience of people who's been in and out of these situations. He's on the phone with these people all the time. Again, if you did not listen to the last podcast, Derek is a lot of things: broker, lender, when it comes to short-term sales, management. He's a lot of things. Mentor when it comes to flipping homes with his angel program, which I will be participating in with flipping homes. But he's also told us a couple gems with the last podcast, and that was just not being scared in this recession, not being scared, just not being scared and just jumping in. But a lot of people are now feeling and understanding that we are in a recession, even though it's not officially announced. But Derek, take us on like, I guess the question would be, if I was a new investor or an experienced investor, and I hear all these podcasts and everybody's talking about recessions and this and that, but I know for being just a new investor of myself that this is nowhere near as 2008 recession. So can you kind of explain kind of like where we are, in your opinion, with the recession, with the market?
Okay. So I believe we're in that phase 3 of the real estate market where we're probably pulling out of the phase 3 due to the fact that we just heard last couple of days and last week that the builders stopped building. Your D.R. Hortons are like, they pulled up, they paused. So that's the indication right there that that market is shifted, right? Those boys build all day long. They're going to build. They just won't be building on every corner like you saw them maybe as you're driving through Georgia and Florida and probably out there in Texas, So we're in that space. And so how you conduct yourself now and what it should look like, whether you're new or you're old. And I know in the last one I said it's always a good market to flip. It's always a good market to invest. As a fighter, I'm not going to fight Marquez the same way I'm going to fight Mike. And Mike and I were talking. We're damn near probably the same size. He's about 5'11". What are you weighing, Mike?
Man, we're around the 180s, 178, 180s now.
Right now,
yes,
shoot. So I'm 240. I'm gonna lay on Mike. I'm gonna put my weight on Mike and weigh him down. Marquez, I gotta slow his little wiry butt down. Yeah. It's the same thing with the market. Phase 1, 2, or 3. How do you play it? You still fix a flip. I'm still going to jab. I'm still going to right hand. I'm still going to shoot in. When and how? So instead of expanding your markets right now and getting aggressive, right? So I'm in Florida because I'm based out of Florida. I'm in Georgia. I'm in Tennessee. I'm all these different places. What we're doing now is we're saying, okay, we're not going to expand all across the nation like we are. We're narrowing down into Florida. That's our back door. That's our front yard and backyard where GCs, lenders, brokers, the whole nine there, right? So we're going to zero in like a sniper. We're going to get our scope out. And we're only pulling the trigger when we have that perfect alignment headshot. One shot kill, going home. So what I would tell people now is when you're getting in, don't trust your wholesaler. Stop that. Look at their deals. And the moment you don't feel good about it, pass it on. Mm-hmm. Leave it. Don't force nothing. New investor, old investor, who cares? Like, be a sniper now. Take the right shot, position. Don't expand. Don't be marketing all out, man. Narrow it down. If you're a guy that doesn't have marketing going on, so you're not direct to the seller, find the Mikes of the world that can go out and find you these deals and trust them. If you have a wholesaler you're using, maybe you have 5. The one that was treated you right, get with him, talk with him or her, and say, hey, look, this is what I'm looking for. This is where I need to be, and narrow down your investments. Everything isn't going to be a good deal.
Okay. I think that's good, man. And again, I think a lot of people are just in this wow stage. I can't believe it's happening. Meaning like, and then for example, like, man, they used to be 3%. It used to be 4%, and And we always said, and you can listen to anybody, this free money is going to dry up one day. It was not always going to stay like this forever, right? So, and I think that's what the hesitation is some people are just in this, oh my God, I should have, would have, could have, but damn didn't, right? And now I got in the and not even just the rates, insurance as well, right?
I just had that call yesterday.
Okay, and Mike and y'all two know that I was dealing with some crazy insurance rates. I'm talking about it would be 2 months in between and would be a drastic difference. And this is how fast things are moving, you know? And so I guess for me would be, how do I structure this question? If I was in a recession, right, what would be the area points or you know, in rates where I want to be at right now? Like what would be a safe, like, okay, this is a good deal for, this is where we are right now. These 3% or 4%, like stop, just let it go. This is where we are right now.
Yeah.
So what can you say to people?
So I think that's an awesome question, actually. I think people need to come to realization that, again, we were spoiled, and now we're just back to the regular hard money world. We're back to the regular investor world. We're not retail. Right. So whether it's retail or secondary market, again, people, that's for your typical retail lending, and then you have your investment lending to kind of make it simple. We're back into where I started. When I came into the game, it was 9% on a rate for a bridge loan, 12% on the flip. Yeah, but look, you still make money, right? You might not make as much money. Like the deal I'm going to do, if I can get this deal to make 25 grand instead of the 40 I probably could have got a couple months ago. Kevin taught me that you want to smash and grab. So that's on all levels. If the deal doesn't work at a high rate, then cut the deal off, right? It's still, do the numbers make sense? But you need to get comfortable with the 7, 8, 9% on your rental stuff.
Okay. You
need to just go ahead and just understand if you're a seasoned investor and you got game, you got money, and you got 50 deals under your belt, and you're going to 25 this year, guess what? You're still going to get quoted at 10% rate. Yeah. That's where we are. The Fed is controlling the narrative. And so although we are a secondary market, you got to remember, when I'm brokering these deals out, the guys that are technically wiring the money, right, they're connected to the bond funds, the insurance funds that are on Wall Street. They're the ones calling the shots. They're the ones that have trillions of dollars that can say, okay, I can loan $80 billion to Bank of America. Bank of America can now loan, $200 million to the little hedge funds. That's how this works. It's the same chain of command as anything else. So they all got their rate they got to cover. So everyone's trying to CYA. So we have to understand this. If we want to make money, like I said in the last one, we got to play ball with the Fed. If we play ball with the Fed, we'll make money. If we try to go against the grain, we're just going to sit there and waste everybody's time. You're going to miss out on good deals. And when the market shifts, you're going to be looking back going, oh, man, I should have got that. Marquez, you're living the dream right now. You took advantage of 2019 and 20 extremely well. When I met you, you were killing it, and you were getting all that you could off those little rates, and you're going to benefit from it right now. Whereas it doesn't mean that Mike and I don't go buy rentals. It doesn't mean that we don't flip. We're just not going to get that great rate that you're getting. But, hey, guess what? It's a cycle. So in 10 years, 8, 7 years, whenever that shift comes, we might not go back as low as 2.5. But whenever those come back, we then just refi, take some cash out, keep it moving. So just get comfortable, guys, with just understanding that the rates are going up. And like I said, I think we have 12 more months of rate hike, and then we're going to start to see them start to come down again because the United States has to now make money.
And you got anything on that, Mike? Before I jump on that.
Yeah, man, I think that's solid advice. Like, right, like there's new, there's old, there's all kinds of these things, and the word investor has evolved since the time that we've actually started doing these, right? Like, and real estate has now become. People are understanding more than ever that real estate is an investment tool, right? First, everyone thought it was just a stock or whatever, those things. So that's great. I think that's good to identify those type of things. And two, I think it's more important to identify rates, because if you don't know about rates, it does change how much you can afford for a house, right? And this is on the home buying side and for the investor side, right? And so that matters. And so that understanding, like he's saying, like what both y'all said, if you wait because you're not happy with this rate because you heard your friend over here, Jim, got this, and you're looking at his numbers, right? Which we've all been in those deals where that happens nonstop. You wait You wait a month. You wait 2. Sometimes you wait, like y'all said, like on the last show, you wait a day. You know, I think this is what I hear from a lot of the stuff is execution is what is going to separate everyone from the rest. How soon can you execute, and how much, like you said, Lazarus, how much balls do you got to execute? Because that's going to be the unknown as well.
Put them on the table. You know, and to piggyback on that, you know, we're not trying to, and to anyone listening and watching, we're not trying to timeshare you as any type of sales, right? Even Mike and I as typical agents, we're not trying to get a deal now. You literally run the risk of having a higher price later. Just anything. Go on Amazon, right? You want to go buy something, you're going to you might get a better deal today. And so I heard that the other day, and I just stuck with me where the best price is now.
So I would say, and I'll tell you my experience of how fast and how crazy these rates are moving, right? So again, I closed on a deal in January. I got a great deal, right? I got a great deal. It was at 4 point something, right? And I got it down to about a 4.3 with a buy down. I'll capitalize on what buy downs is in a second, because buy downs, the lingo, you didn't really, really know this damn language, okay? Buy down rates are great if they make sense. Okay. So I bought it down to a 4.3 with the triplex, right? 6 months later, I closed on another unit. I closed on another 6 units on a commercial, on a 6 units just in June. From January to June, points shifted at 2.5 points, right? 2.5 points. And that's from four something. I got hit with a 6.5, right? And then luckily, on my behalf, I don't know what's been going on with my 2022 lately, but I'll take all the little handicaps I can get, but I end up getting it for $5.99. You know, yeah, I got it for that. It's because of the bank. They wanted to do business with me, but I wanted a 7-year. Remember Derek? I was like, yo, Derek, I hit Derek up and I was like, what do I do with this? What is the smartest thing? And again, y'all need these type of people to call up and just be like, and people don't want anything from you, man. And Derek was like, push for the 7-year. And that's what I did. But the bank came back right before closing, was like, hey, we only can give you 5, but because commercial is different, you know? But I wanted the longer term, and just so I can position myself, because I didn't know what the fuck the next 5 years was going to bring. You know, when my refi come up, I may be refining at a higher rate. You know, I don't know. That's why I wanted the longer term. You know, but again, like Derek said, everything comes in a cycle. When it comes to, and I'm gonna bounce back to the buyback, right? Buyback options. What that means is, say if Derek gives me, I call Derek up and he's like, yo, this is what it is at a 6 points, 6 points and with a buyback option, right? 3 points max. You know, that means I can buy back my points and get it down, like, you know, but put some money to it and buy and put and get the points down and get it to like a 5 or get it to a 5.5 or something like that. That's what that means. So if you have the option to do that, I would suggest that do that if it's available. A lot of times they're not, but if they are, it's a great option in the long run.
It is, and it's an aggressive thing too. It's an aggressive play for an investor who wants to expand their portfolio, but a savvy one that knows the numbers they need to have. Sometimes, and he's right, sometimes you want to do it, sometimes you don't. I mean, I've seen some that were, I think the one I did for you, remember that time? It was like 13 grand.
Yeah, he was like, no, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It was literally like 13 G's. I literally, hey, bro, don't, 13 grand, I'll slap you. Don't do it, bro.
This is coming from him.
I mean?
He's presenting me the paperwork. He's like, don't do this.
I was like, what? I was like, nah, bro. Give that to your kids, man. Go do something better with that 13 G's. But like I said, luckily, he was able to go get something better. I can't win every battle. You know, I can't win every one, but I definitely did the best I can. And it is an aggressive play to buy it down. It is a big.
So again, for anybody like, okay, we're in this recession and we're telling y'all, and I don't think these rates are going to go down. Like they're not. It's just it's you got to think real estate is like any other product, supply and demand.
Correct.
Supply and fucking demand, right? So what do you do when you have little supply and a high demand? Price is going to go up. right? Price is going to go up, right? And right now we're not building fast. Lumber is like 300% more. It's crazy, right? So if y'all are thinking that, hey, I'm going to get those $150,000 and those $200,000 brand new homes, those days are over. Those days are over. They're never coming back. Like a builder wouldn't even make any money even trying to build that, right? So, and here's my next question, right? So when you're in this recession, what is the best move? You always want to kind of like leverage yourself and give yourself what's the best wiggle room and what's going to be the best outcome. So when I say that, I don't, and I think we covered this last topic, is I don't look for things at the top of the market, right? I don't look for things at the top of the market, and I look for things I can kind of wedge myself into and actually make money going into the deal automatically, walking into equity, right? The last two deals I've totaled up. I was able to walk into about, no bullshit, about almost 40,000 worth of equity, just walking into two deals, right? Just based off the knowledge and just the patience and just the being humbled of the doing things. But when it comes to this recession thing, and here's my other question: do you think one deal? Do you think just one deal, or just when do you think is a good time to just not do anything? Like, when's a good time to just stack your money? Like, should some other people just stack their cash if they just, they don't want to be so aggressive, or is that a bad move?
Man, like we said earlier, bro, we're from the hood, right? So I'm gonna say it like this: scary money don't make no money. There's no wrong time in the real estate market to buy. None. It's all position. Your position is going to CYA all day long. I mean, so at Success Cap, which is the lending side of my business, we are literally aggressively. I have 100% product. We're in this. We talk numbers all day long. We talk real estate cycle every day, every morning. While I'm transitioning from my fight gym to weights, I'm going back and forth through Slack. And Kevin's talking to us about the latest rate hike or what Fed just said. And here's how the market's going to react. We do this all day. And we're like, let's go raise 20 million. Let's go raise 50 million private. So we can even be more aggressive. Because something we said in the last episode was, this is when guys like us get rich, and girls. This is when we're able to come in, right, and see the right plays and make the right plays. There's guys that were doing a lot of business, guys that probably made you a little jealous the last 5 years. Like, damn, he getting it. Wasn't buying it right. Those hard money lenders weren't structuring him right. So they were getting this money, but guess who they're going to call with those 15 deals? I get them every day. I can show, and Marquez is a straight up, honest to God truth. In my emails right now, I got Rock, I got Temple View. Hey, you guys want this deal? I'll look at it. Hey, Marquez, I got one in Georgia. It looks like this. Keep trying to buy in Georgia. Been trying to buy in Florida. If it's in Texas, it's my first guy I go to in Texas. Hey, you want to see these? I mean, we cherry pick. Not gonna lie, we're lenders, but we're investors before we're lenders. So we look at them too. Like, oh, this is that. But sometimes we want to deploy capital, so we balance it out. There's no wrong time to do it. Just pay attention to your position. Get what Marquez, someone like me that can say, hey man, I like the deal, but you're not positioned correctly. I could put up to my screen right now. I just told a guy this before I go on the call. He's in Mexico. He's got a deal down in Brandon, which is like the Tampa Bay area. It's a six bedroom, 4.5 bath. It's not rural, but there's some areas around Orlando and around Tampa that are outskirts. So you get a lot more land. It's got some acreage to it. When I pulled it up from PropStream, it's had a 2-1 and some other stuff. He told me it was a 6-bedroom. I'm like, oh, it's 2,100 square feet. I'm like, that's a whole other ball game. So I was analyzing the numbers. He's only $30,000 off of the as-is value, not the market value. The as-is. So that's two different values. The as-is means it's currently sitting with the current floors, current paint, current roof, current whatever, current condition at $415,000. When I ran my numbers, I looked at his contract is $30,000 less than that. And I was like, bro, I don't like that. Because the market is, again, sniper. I like the deal if try to knock it down another $20,000, $30,000. Now that sounds aggressive. You guys may say, damn, Derek, like, if he can get it down at 20 or 30 grand, I can give 100% on that. He can do what we call a hotel. Don't keep it. Put 15 grand into it, lipstick on a pig, list it, and I think it should list, when I ran the numbers, about 520. Now, here's the cool part. He's an agent. He's only going to pay 2.5% on that commission. So he can make a quick little 30 G's in a month, 30 G's in 60 days in this market. And I gave him 100% of that 415 or whatever he negotiates. He puts out his own 15 G's, but you're going to make $25,000 to $35,000 in under 60 days.
Yeah.
That's a win. Go get that. Smash and grab.
Yeah.
Just be wise about it. That's how you play this market. The next 24 months, like I said earlier, it's going to be that workout phase where it's the first 3 to 4 months of you're working out. Your chest is painful. Your triceps suck. Don't touch me. That soreness. Everyone's butt hurt about the rates. The butt hurt because LTVs are coming down. Where your big boys were once getting, some special favors. They were getting some structures on their loans that they weren't going to get anywhere else. They were really being aggressive. That's all done. Why? Because those guys you're borrowing from are borrowing from somebody else, and them cats said, hell no. Lose our money, we got to put our foot in your butt, right? You still got to pay this rate. They don't care about the market shift. You still owe that rate. So that's how you do it, man. New investors, old investors, it's just about the wisdom and playing like a sniper, man. Take the right shot.
Okay. So the thing I like about this recession, what I'm learning about just being in my first, it's so crazy. It's not even my first recession. Because when I got into the game, we was technically still in the recession from 2008, recovering. Oh, you know what I mean? What I caught the end of the 2008 come up. Like, for instance,
but you were picking up the properties, right?
I just started. I started in 2016, right? But at the same time, like in the Kissimmee area, they wasn't like building like that yet. So let's say, for example, I got a place in Kissimmee. I got it for $199, right? Okay. $199. I can now sell that property for a crazy. I'm not even gonna say how much.
I know where you are, bro. I already know. Like, you're going to 350.
Yeah, all day. But I looked at before the data, and this is what I'm talking about. How things go before the crash. That place was already worth, like, it was at 300 and something, and then bam, the crash happens. But it's already past that already from when this is what I love about real estate. I know it's gonna snap back. I know it's going to. Yeah. So it's just, that's a good example of the cycle.
Touch on this. I'm a little provoking. And so when I get folks, I get a lot of people call me. My ex-brother-in-law, he calls me all the time. And people say, man, when should I sell my property? I'm like, well, what you got going on? My personal opinion, this isn't but when I hear that, if that were me and that was my portfolio and I got that kind of cake in it, I'm selling it all.
Yeah.
I'm taking that. If I got 6 figures or more and I'm going to walk away after everything's said, I'm walking with 100 grand or more. Right now, I'm taking that.
I 100% would do that. The only reason I don't do that, I've thought about it. It's the position I'm at, the place, and until Disney fucking crashes and burning, I won't, because that's a business on its own. That's the only reason. Right, I don't do it because of.
Is it one of your short terms?
It's one of my short terms, 100%. Okay. So it's 10 minutes.
Yeah. If it's short term, I'll put it. I really like short term right now.
Yeah, I really like short terms, and honestly, if y'all don't know, I'm kind of like if y'all know anywhere in Florida, there's a place called I think it's called Recession City or something like that. It's the smallest, tiniest city. Like, you could throw a rock and be out of the city. That's how small it is. Yeah. I'm not even joking. I didn't even know it was a city. Yeah. But guess what, y'all people don't know about this place? It is on the back door of Disney World, right? I've been trying to get a place over there. There has been some places, that Recession City, that popped up, but I haven't moved on it because I just wasn't in the position. I was already in another deal. But Disney has been trying to get that place and move those people out of there to expand their resorts. And that place, Recession City, is blocking it. So can you imagine if you get a place right by Recession City, and not even that, is right in the back of where they make like Gatorade. They make Gatorade on this You know, there's a Gatorade plant right there. You know, so but if you got a place like that, and these places are selling like 100,000, they're like nothing. But if you secure those assets, and just 10 years from now, 5 years from now, Disney moves over there, man, Jesus, you know?
I mean, land is always, even if you don't look at it about the brick and mortar, right? And I don't lend on land, but land is still a viable option for anybody as well. If you can get around the Disneys of the world, you know, if you can get around these places, if you can pay attention to where the Fortune 500, like in Daytona right now, Daytona, Deltona, go build or go snatch up land, because there's a bunch of big companies coming out there.
I hope so.
You know, the Mormons made out like bandits, man, out in out by I'm drawing a brain fart now. My God, over by UCF, man, they done this new area out there. Well, if you were owning land back then, man, they came and bought you out. I'll remember it in a minute. Right on the tip of my tongue, man.
Yeah, my whole thing is with the recession thing, right? So for me, if you're in a recession, right, I say, and this is what I always ask y'all, my whole strategy is secure the asset now, right? Because I know when prices keep going up, it knocks people out like me, and people are paying cash, right? But I also set myself up for when Derek was talking about, is like, hey, the cycle is going to come back and hopefully I can refinance it, but I still got the asset. I still got the asset. I'm still in the cash flowing position, but the thing is, don't be scared. Secure the asset. There's not enough. There's not enough houses for everybody. There's not. And honestly, in this administration, this administration is about to open the floodgates for more people to buy. Right. And then we haven't even talked about that. So let's just say this. So those people who had those college debts and stuff, let's just say they're not going to wipe them out. They're just going to only include your minimum payment. So let's say if like your minimum payment is only $200, that bank can only consider that $200 for over their debt to ratio. So guess what that does now? That lets them go buy more. They're in the market to go buy houses. That puts more people into the market. And if they do up this 40%, this 40-60 debt ratio, they kind of want to raise it to 10%. I don't know if they have yet. They want to raise it to 50%. Guess what? That opens the market even more, right? To other people that couldn't buy. So if you think you're waiting around and you think these rates are going to go down, they're not, right? They're not. If you can house hack it, do it, right? So if you can house hack it, do it. But that's just one of the things that we're talking about today. And man, Derek has so much knowledge. Again, if you have any questions, always hit me up or hit Mike up. Definitely will drop Derek's information, right? He's super knowledgeable with this stuff, man. I'm definitely going to be, I'm probably going to talk to him like 3 more times because I am moving to Florida. Woo, right? So definitely moving in. Yeah, definitely, man. But again, this stuff right here, like they don't teach this shit in schools, right? I just had a client hit me up, right? And this is what I loved about what I do, as I'm just more than just a fitness fucking coach, right? I have clients hit me up and they're like, Coach, I'm using my VA loan. I want to like buy a place and stuff like that. What do I do? I have no idea about buying a home, right? But me just being a fucking investor and a shark, I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. I'm excited. Like now, I get to help somebody with their fucking like other part of their life. You know what I mean? So here and I'm trying to set your family up for passive income because I technically don't want you to live in your home. I want you. My strategy is to get you out of there. You know. So, but I love that I can bring that to the table. You know. So again, if y'all have any questions, my whole point is they don't teach you this shit in school, right? It's best to, and everybody has an opinion, and there's no wrong way to do real estate. I'm going to repeat that again. There is absolutely no wrong way to do real estate. So the way somebody else is explaining to you how to do real estate, that may not be your strategy. That may not be your thing, right? So that's all I'm saying. So other than that, Mike, you got anything?
Yeah, like I know one of the things for me for this pandemic, man, or not the pandemic, the recession that I'm doing is planning, preparing, and then I'm a persevere. Elon Musk's thing, right? So one thing I'm looking at doing is getting stocks, right? Stocks are at cheap. I'm more in the stock market. You and I talk all the time. We're into different things. That's great. That's like you said earlier. That's great. One thing I'm looking at doing is buying cheaper stocks, going to index funds, buying dividend stocks, options trading, looking at Forex now, kind of looking at that different thing, but going to that part, because what I'm looking at doing is once we get through this recession, 2, 3, maybe 4 to 5 years. So I've heard some 5 years, people. My plan is to use all that assets that I have, all that, and now take out personal loans, an actual personal credit from the bank once they can start lending more. And now I'm going to go get more assets. That's my kind of looking at it. But I am still looking at how do I get real estate, because that is still I'm always a long-term guy. And for me, for real estate,
I don't for real estate too, man. You're like a
well, it's my local, it's my backyard. Like Derek was saying, it's backyard. You kind of want to focus on it. But my thing is, if I can keep my assets growing, then my plan is to actually just take out a line of credit. One, I don't ever have to pay taxes on a line of credit. That's more money that I can go get with, and I'm do Ryba Kayasaki's thing, go get another asset with it. So my goal is for this recession really is to get as much as I can require. And then when everyone starts letting loose lending, and when everyone starts getting excited, I'm going to go take out line of credits, and we're going to go start going buying assets, because now I'm worth more because my stocks went up, my dividends went up, I reinvested those things. And I'm looking into a stockpile of cash because, it's like we're talking about, like these rates are coming down. People are going to get out of the market because they can't afford it. They're too scared, or, like they're just analyze process kind of concept. So that's what I'm looking at for mine. And I love the different ideas everyone has, because it just gives me more of an idea like, hey, yeah, here's this. Look at this from a different point of view.
You gotta piggyback and take those nuggets, man. Mike, I like that because I always preach a balanced portfolio. I love the market, man. I would love to sit down and hear what you got going on that side, and maybe some of your.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't know how heavy we're into crypto. He doesn't know.
Mike, you're in crypto?
No, man. Like I know what it is. Mark, we talk about it all the time. Like I follow it to a certain extent. But my only thing though is like I actually understand it from the actual technology standpoint, from like cybersecurity and those type of things. I understand it from that. It's just my only thing is it's kind of like I'm not 100% all in yet, and that's why I've kind of been a little. I'm in crypto, but yeah,
I'm all.
I mean, dude,
there's only certain blockchains.
Watch the movie. Have you seen Ready Player One?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'm giving you homework, Mike.
All right.
Watch that movie.
Yeah,
and then talk to us later.
I'm into crypto, and again, like I'm just gonna brief this. We're getting off a little topic, but again, and Mike knows I am into certain cryptos, and I'm an old gamer too, right? And I know the gaming industry. It's a $4 billion gaming industry that is going on. Hell, even my son is a fucking professional gamer, and doing Twitch and stuff. So check this out.
Really?
Yeah. So check this out. But I also knowing just with that background, right? And this is why I do Solana. Like I started with Solana, and I'm going hard with that, right? But again, all these blockchains are going to be going to these. All these games are going to these blockchains like Solana and stuff like that. They're going to start using their coins, and I want to prepare for that because then, right now it's just like again, this is the turning point. Everything crashed, right? This is the cycle. Even picked up some Bitcoin, you know what I mean? So I mean, it feels great to be outside of the fucking government, outside the powers, right? But for the first time. So again, this is all about positioning, and I don't give a fuck who you are. There is no fucking excuse, right, to be ignorance to this game. Everybody has a phone, right? It's what are you being stimulated by? When I scroll up, I'm looking at. People are like preaching what we're talking about now. When I scroll up on my pages, ain't nobody getting kicked in the nuts. I don't see any damn big booty chicks or anything like that. It's just anime, photography, business stuff, real estate, and just stuff that stimulates me, right?
Yeah.
So again, the knowledge is out there. I'm an '80s kid. You could never do this stuff when I was growing up. Instant information, the heck no. Right. So there's I just don't think ignorance is an excuse. Hell, my kids know more about fucking how money works than most fucking adults.
Crazy. Congrats, bro.
You know,
my hats off to you for that.
they don't listen to me about nothing else though, but they know how money works. You know, but that, again, this is for me. I do this for certain examples. For generational wealth. I really do this because I literally feel good about not being a slumlord and giving people a chance and a place to live that can live their life or raise their families. Like I go by some of my places and I see like a little girl playing or something like that, and the grass is too high. Immediately, grass needs to get cut. That girl shouldn't be running no tall grasses and stuff like that. You know, just any place that you can help or whatever, because people don't have the chance. And again, if you're wondering why you pay so much fucking taxes, it's because you're selfish and living in your own home. I'm gonna repeat that again. I own a lot of properties and I don't live near one of them. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
That's a powerful way to end it, bro.
Yeah. All right. So other than that, I don't really have anything. I'm pretty sure we'll have Derek back. And again, thank you so much.
My pleasure, man. Thank you guys for having me. And I appreciate you guys for your service as veterans, man. I want to make sure I honor everyone that I meet that's ever served this country, man. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
All right.